A lot of business gurus talk about the importance of culture, but what is it? Culture may be important, but trying to define it is like trying to nail Jell-O to the wall. Ed Scanlan is the founder and CEO of Total Attorneys, a loop-based provider of law firm services that has become known for its innovative culture. Total Attorneys' offices hum with energy, much like Scanlan himself. In fact, the 32-year-old seems to have imbued the company with his buoyant, dynamic personality.
Oh yeah, there's a whole board with stats.
But while Total Attorneys' culture may look and sound like Scanlan, it doesn't just emanate from his corner office. And that's the key. As his firm grew from a few employees to a few hundred, Scanlan learned that his company's culture would come from the bottom up. His role as CEO is not to define or dictate a culture, but simply to make sure that there is one.
Deciding culture is important is a big step. I really view it as the bedrock of our company. Everything sort of builds off of the culture, and you have to pay attention to it, and you have to tell people that there is something that's living and breathing here called our culture, and that they need to look after it. And if they appreciate it, then they need to make sure that they're vigilant that it doesn't fade away, and they need to affect it in positive ways.
Whatever the culture may be at Total Attorneys, it's working so far. Sales hit nearly $24 million last year, up from just $250,000 in 2003. Scanlan says he'll cross $30 million this year with more than 200 employees. As with any fast-growing enterprise, early success posed some problems for Scanlan. The biggest challenge was how to maintain the company's sense of urgency and its ability to move quickly to adapt to customer demands and pounce on opportunities when they passed by. Scanlan's solution was to take his expanding business back to its roots. He started Total Attorneys in 2002 in a dingy office with just 2 other staffers, signing up small law firms to his online marketing service. As the company expanded to other services, Scanlan didn't miss the old digs, but he did wish his big new workforce could act like the original tight-knit group. So today, Total Attorneys attacks new products, software improvements, and business problems by forming small, dedicated teams. Putting 4 to 5 people on a project means it will get their full attention, and each team is led by what Scanlan calls a product owner, whose only job is to drive the team forward and who has full responsibility. Scanlan and his partner, Total Attorneys President Kevin Churn, say they stay out of the way, a key to the culture of innovation they're pushing.
It provides ownership, huge thing. Every person on the team has to discuss what they're working on every day, what they're going to work on tomorrow, what challenges they're facing, and they really own the process. No one's saying, here's your project plan, go execute it. They're making that in real time.
Of course, if you're pushing innovation, you're bound to encounter failure. That posed a problem for Scanlan. As Total Attorneys grew, it couldn't afford to blow precious time or cash on dead-end projects. The solution? Baby steps. Rather than going off for 6 months in the hope they'll come out with a fully formed new product, the team sets weekly, even daily deadlines, regrouping at each step to assess what's working and what isn't. If an idea fails, the team knows it early, before they've sunk millions of dollars into development.
Consistently having small targets allows you to shut something off and not have your whole workforce go like, oh, we just put 9 months into that and you killed it? If they only put 2 weeks into something and you're like, guys, we're going the wrong direction, we need to head over here. And usually now the team decides that on their own rather than like me or someone else in the company deciding that. It's like the team identifies, we're heading the wrong direction, we need to reassess. And if you're reassessing constantly, you don't, run off the cliff as easily. It's still possible, but it's less likely.
Scanlan learned that lesson early. In its startup years, Total Attorneys had little trouble signing up 1 and 2 lawyer firms for its online marketing service, but it had a lot of trouble keeping them signed up. Lawyers who Scanlan spoke to said they liked the leads Total Attorneys provided, but had trouble converting those leads into clients. One reason? They were taking too long to contact people who signed up on the internet. Scanlan figured Total Attorneys could make the initial contacts for them by setting up a call center where operators would make the calls, collect some basic information, and help establish the attorney-client relationship. But as much sense as it made, Scanlan didn't bet the business on the call center. In 2005, he spent $100,000 on software and hired a single operator. When a few lawyers reported good results, Total Attorneys brought on a couple more operators. Not a single lawyer using the call center canceled their Total Attorneys contract, and within 6 months of introducing it, the company made the call center a permanent part of its marketing package, raising the price by 30%. Today, Total Attorneys call center runs around the clock with a staff of 85. The process that created the call center has now been formalized. This year, Total Attorneys will introduce 4 new products, including a bankruptcy case management service that the company has spent $1 million in 6 months developing. But even with the innovation process firing on all cylinders, Scanlan isn't getting comfortable. At Total Attorneys, it's about a mindset, not a business model.
Our model is such that it's fluid. I mean, we continue to evolve it every week, every month. So I couldn't say our model is something that's going to sustain us. What's going to sustain us is the continued evolution of the model.